Hey guys, let's see. Hey Austin. Austin says hi to Yogi, which is me. Nice to see you, Austin. Doing the usual. I'm going to bring out my desktop. Then we'll talk. The goal is going to be skate by with an hour. We'll see how that works out. Let me go real quick, and we're going to cruise around YouTube and see. Our friend Mir was up live just a little bit ago. Don't know if he still is. I know our new friend Weld was going to go live at 5. Let's see who else. Signature 5949 is live. Let me bring his channel up real quick. It's a good opportunity. I like to spend a few minutes when I first go live to give some options. You know, I'm not the only show in town. So if we can go and support someone, I know Signature is actually rebuilding his channel. That I forget how he said he lost all of his subscribers and had to rebuild from scratch. He wasn't monetized before, but he was probably closer, obviously, if you're rebuilding. He has gotten back up to 1.39 subscribers, but it's always good to support our friends in their endeavors, whatever that might be. But Signature, he's got a beautiful channel. Takes us for, my cat's coming up here. Will take us for walks and drives, beautiful scenery, very positive message. For me personally, that's the type of channel that I want to support. I don't care much what your medium is. Meaning, are you a fishing channel? Are you crafting channel? Are you a gaming channel? Are you a fitness channel? I don't care what medium you choose to express your message. It's the message itself that I'm interested in. And I see a universal theme in all of these channels. And that is connection, connectivity, community. Hey, Easy, how are you? Easy says, hello, friends. Just give me a second as I share out Signature's channel. There we go. Sniper is here. Hey, Easy. Have you ever thought about, I'm surprised I'm not subscribed to you. That's weird. Have you ever thought about content for your channel? Maybe sharing along your spiritual journey. Maybe sharing your Course in Miracles path. If that is indeed your path. I was just reading, probably for the 1000th time, that let's see, Sniper says I'm quite exhausted. I'm sorry you're not feeling better, Sniper. Or maybe you are and you're just worn out. Sniper says, greetings again, Eric. Just finished 30-minute of manifesting blue skies in the states where it's needed. Thank you for that. It's definitely needed. Yeah, of course, saying that, there is thousands of paths, infinite paths to follow. Course in Miracles is just one. It might be yours. It might not be. In the end, truthfully, as they say in Zen, There is no path. Um, what I love about the course is it gives you a practice. Do this. Actually, it gives you 365 practices to do this, and then you can dive back in, or you can let it go and just live your life forgiving, following the core principles, which is a universal wisdom. Let's see. Easy says, I thought about it. I am very interested in doing so. That would be awesome. You got a built in audience. You know I'll be there. So I've mentioned my own journey with the course. I read about it in the late 80s. I bought a copy, this copy, the big blue book, and I think it was 1993. And I opened it up. Couldn't wait to dive in. A couple days later, I put it aside. Don't know how long it was. I picked it up again, put it aside. Picked it up, put it aside. I did that from 1993 until 2008, when I said, because my life was such a mess, I was going through divorce. My mother was in her last stages of Alzheimer's. I was a caregiver for her. My father had a stroke. Not only was I going through a divorce, but my wife at the time, who was in the Air Force, went through Iraq in a war zone. She was in intelligence. Safe, but no one's ultimately safe in a war zone. And I was taking care of my 13-year-old stepdaughter on my own. So it was a little stressful. And there was a lot of, when I look at it now, there was a lot of bitterness. How could life go so wrong? It felt wrong. It wasn't. It was what it was. Let's see. Sniper says, number 13, easy. Thanks, Sniper. But I knew intuitively this was it. This was my call to finally pick up and read the entire text, do the 365 lessons, go through the teacher's manual for that year. And I did. And then I sort of set it aside again. I would always pick it up, but I always saw once I got through the course, then it was in me and I could put it aside and just live it. And maybe some people can. But for me, I found slowly slipping back. Let's see. Easy says, thanks, guys. Y'all giving me the encouragement to put myself out there. I really hope you do. I think you would be quite successful, my friend. You're very, very sincere. Sniper says, always interesting to see someone start an adventure from the very start. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree, Sniper. Sniper and I are on the ground floor of Easy Inc., Easy Incorporated. The consistency was my meditation practice, my yoga practice, studying different principles, and then really diving into having some very deep experiences in non-duality that clarify things for me. However, the course is my practice, as well with yoga is meditation, but the course is that core principle. Because I'm at peace. And I forgive. When I forgive, I'm at peace. Sniper says, help you all the way easy? Definitely. Like I said, easy, you got a built-in audience here. Easy says, book gets here on Thursday, and I'm so excited to dig in. Running Boy says, Easy Inc. will be waiting for you to hit 50. He'll be lurking on the sidelines, looking for that power position. Let's see. Agil says, private, or is it private? I don't know. Here's the reason why for all those years during the 90s, I had such a difficult time sticking with the course. It's okay to have a difficult time because the course asks you no less than the relinquishment to see through the ego. And for most of us, for many of us, honestly, for all of us, we have been led to believe that we are the ego. The last thing the ego wants is something that will allow itself to be seen through. So when we do the exercises and, it begins, none of the things that I see mean anything, have any meaning. Um, who wants to hear that? But here's the thing, like many, many great teachings, it starts with negation. There's a great yoga Vedic non-duality meditation called Neti Neti, N-E-T-I, which means not this. Neti Neti means not this, not this. And the meditation is whatever comes to mind, whatever we are contemplating, it's not this. Who am I? Am I the body? Neti Neti, not this, not this. Am I my thoughts? Neti. Am I my appearance? Am I my job, my relationships? And I keep dismissing everything until I get to what I like to call that sacred shrug, the holy shrug. I don't know. Now we're getting somewhere. When you give up concepts of knowing, you simply are beingness itself. So the course starts with that. It starts with negation. And then it starts when we let go of our identity, where it just cracks open a little bit. As Alan Cohn says, everything has a crack in it because that's how the light gets in. So as soon as the ego has a little bit of a crack, seeing through it, that's how the light gets in. And we start to experience ourselves as pure, unconditional love, which is synonymous with God. Austin says, how you doing today, Yogi? Austin, I'm doing pretty good. Man, you made me smile early this morning, and that's been sticking with me all day. So the very first lesson, not to give anything away for easy, nothing I see in this room or on this street, out the window, in this place, means anything. Nothing means anything. And it tells you why nothing means anything. And that's a hard thing. What do you mean it doesn't mean anything? I'm looking at my cat. Of course my cat means something. It means cat, my cat. But does it? If I see through the me that is claiming an identity with the cat, if I see through the fact that cat is just a title, does it mean anything? That's what the course is getting at. It's saying none of this means anything because I've assigned meaning to all of it. Not only have I assigned meaning, but everything I see, I'm seeing from the past. I'm not seeing anything new. I'm seeing my cat that I've had for 2 years now, adopted when she was 10 with her sister. So I'm assigning meaning from the past to everything. I'm not seeing everything fresh the way it actually is. Let's see. Boyd Reaper says, quote of the day, life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Nice. I like that, my friend. So, of course, those early lessons, even when we're excited, the ego rebels. And so many people put the book aside. Some 10 years later, they pick it up, and it's exactly what they need. Sometimes even longer. Sometimes people don't put it aside. It's exactly what they need now, and they know it. If the course is for you, you know it. It might take a while to get there, but you still know it deep down inside. So that's some of my journey with the course. After the negation, realizing that we are giving meaning, that we only see the past, then things start being added to it, but only reality. The course begins with its probably most famous words in the introduction, that Only love is real. Nothing unreal exists. Therein lies the peace of God. Simple statement of reality. Only love is real. Nothing unreal exists. So someone might come along and say, well, what about the war in Ukraine? What about, that's not love. What about the situation in the Middle East? That's not love. And the Course would say, it's also not real. It's illusory. Doesn't mean the effects aren't experienced. Doesn't mean that it's not painful. Doesn't mean that it's not heartbreaking. It means that ultimately, in the mind of God, it's not real. How do we heal something that isn't real? First, we don't give it ultimate reality. We see that it is happening, and Maya, illusion. Maya simply means illusion. That's the answer the Course gives when it says that why would God create a world in which it would allow that type of violence, that type of warfare, starving children? And the answer is God did not create that. That's one of the early lessons. God did not create a meaningless world. We did. We were given heaven. We fell asleep and we are dreaming that we are separate from God, separate from reality, separate from the great isness. But we're not. We're dreaming. In Genesis, it says that God caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. But nowhere in the entirety of the Bible does it say that Adam woke up. We are dreaming. We still exist right now in the mind of God. We are ideas in the mind of God. Let's see. Easy says, this channel, as well as your books and your recommendations, came at such an important point in my life. I was very obsessed and dissatisfied with my spiritual path until recently. Hey, William, how are you? 2 more days, right, William? Easy. I'm happy to hear that. I had the right people show up for me. Cypress says, if you not give anything energy, it cannot manifest. I agree. It needs to be, people think that it's just the thought. It's the passion of the thought. For your new job, don't you start on the 10th? Sniper says, hi to William Hart. Yeah, I thought you started your new job on the 10th. Poor man says, Yogi in chat. Poor man, how are you? So poor man, who's next on the checklist that you're going to get some reps in with? Sniper says, everything starts with a thought. As Emerson said, thought is the ancestor of every action. Let's see. Buddha says, shared Buddha love. Thank you. Wetback says, what's up, Dad? What's up, Wetback, my friend? How are you? Let's see. William says, I started already, thankfully, in training. Nice. Okay. I thought for some reason you had said you started on the 10th, but I'm glad that you're already putting in the hours. Buddha says, hey, Yogi, how you doing? I was here just sharing and eating dinner in the background. I appreciate that, Buddha. Pancake into that says, let's go. The king of let's go. Pancake is the king of let's go. Buddha says, or excuse me, guys. Pancake says, like my brother, much love. Much love to you, my friend. Buddha says, Buddha love. Okay, William says, that's the day I'm out of training. First official day. Gotcha. Well, I'm happy for you, William. How do you like it so far? Sniper says, how you doing, Squirrel Sniper? So, easy, if you're still hanging out. If you find that you're facing some ego rebellion in your early stages, in any stage, reach out. Um, we'll go through it together. A35 says, hey Yogi, it's me, A35. Welcome, my friend. Nice to see you. Jacob says, working, probably do another with Jacob Saturday morning. Nice. Roy says, I met someone I hope to befriend, but the concept itself should be lost to me. So far, it feels a little overwhelming, but I like it so far. Hoping to graduate away from just working produce, which gives. I think I would like most of all to work with produce. Produce are some of my favorite people. Sniper says, getting better every second, William Hart. Not been ill, but unwell. Last 48 hours. Which gives more hours, debating biting the bullet and just doing concrete labor. It pays $4 an hour more. What would make you happier? Is $4 an hour more worth it if you're not happier? And it might be. Poor man says, yeah, collabs are fun. Both Jacob and Leo machines. Yeah, they are. It's a nice challenge, too. Because, man, I don't care what kind of shape you're in. Matching yourself to those guys, that's a feat. Easy says, I will definitely reach out and explain my learnings, and I'll be posting some short videos as well. Man, that's absolutely awesome. I'm gonna make sure that I got all of your notifications set. And I do. Hey, we'll get you to 50 subs and we'll do a live stream together. Let's see, A35 says, just had a black purplish glass bead brown thread, caddis snip. It has a character of a mercury image, but it's a caddis. You got a video showing that? I was listening to Stuart talk about tying flies. And you know what? It's an art form. It really is an art form. Let's see, A35 says, no, sorry. No need to be sorry, my friend. Hey, how long does it take you to do something like that? Roy says, no, it wouldn't be. I'm sticking through it. I need the work and income, period. May as well do something I enjoy doing. It's just that it is not a lot of hours or desk job, and I will only be part-time in produce. But who knows what might unfold? Part-time now, a full-time opportunity might present itself. Let's see. A35 says 3 minutes. I'm quick at fly tying. Hey, that is pretty quick, it seems. It seems I'll watch Stuart. He'll spend 30 minutes or more. Hey, how'd you learn how to tie flies? Did you teach yourself? Did your parents teach you? Hey, Seth. Seth says, man, that was hard. Eric, what's up, my friend? Not much, Seth. How are you? What's new? Nightmare says, you're on your own tonight, Eric. I'm having a break from saving live streams. Sorry. Man, hey, you think I'm ready for that, Nightmare? It's a big step. Fortunately, I've had your guidance for the past couple weeks. I'll see what I can do. Let's see. William says, that is unfortunate to hear, Squirrel. I hope you are on the mend. I wish I could bottle and send you healing energy, but the government may snipe me. William says, easy, what's in the book? What is the book? Seth says, this is going to tie me up. I'm working on starting a nonprofit. Nice. What's the nonprofit going to be? A35 says, mainly Fly's channel is where I learn. By the way, I'm 13. Gotcha. Yeah, I saw you. Where did I see you today? Were you over at Any Fitness Possible, or were you over at Stewart's today? It's amazing that you learned how to do that from channels. Hey, have you ever fished with your own and fished with someone else's, or like store-bought? And have you noticed a difference? Nightmare says, it's a big step, Eric, but I think you're ready, my friend. I have paved the way for you to shine. All right, man. Only because you have faith. But only because you have faith. Nightmare says, but I'm always here if you need me. I will reach out. I'll shout. If you see that look of panic in my eyes, if you see that the flop sweat coming down the side of my head, my hands shaking a little bit, then you know I'm in trouble. Let's have a code word. And the code word is going to be wombat. When you hear me say wombat, you know we're in trouble. Eric Lapointe will come rushing in. Code 1. You know you got to save the live stream. Easy says, A Course in Miracles, 3rd edition, William Hart. Man, am I excited. Web says, I'm going wherever the universe leads, Eric. I am applying my preference of what I will anymore. I am not applying my preference. Nice, William. Nightmare says, just shine a torch into the sky like a Batman call. But instead of the bat, it'll be a symbol of a wombat. So it says, I finally got that right. It's helping people who are affected by infestations and can't afford professional services by providing education and proper product recommendation. Later on, the organization will provide vouchers. Man, that's absolutely awesome. So, Seth, how can we help? William says, Of Course Miracles is free online. I think it is. I sent Easy a link. He wants the physical book as well. Nightmare says, yes, great idea. Eric, a wombat call. So here's a question. What would happen if Peter Parker was bitten by a radioactive wombat? What would his superpowers be? What can a wombat do? I honestly don't know. Easy says, it's free online, but I'm reading from screens, hurt my eyes. Hey, I agree. And there's just something about having a book in your hand. It's energy. Let's see. Seth says, I don't really know. Uh, I know about S corps. They they have hard butts. Um, well, keep us posted. And if you think of any way that people might be able to help, just let us know. More importantly, hey, share it. Keep sharing it. Make sure you come here and let people know what you're doing. Nightmare says, I guess we'll never know. Kanye West's voice. I'm trying to listen to Kanye's voice now. William says, I like the ideas of physical books, uh, just having other applications that require money sooner. I agree. Buying a book is my luxury. You know, I've been buying a lot of used books online for like $1.95. William says, how is Mocha doing? Mocha's doing good. Mocha went to a concert Sunday night. She saw the Psychedelic Furs, big group in the 80s. And then on her birthday, which is coming up October 16th, she's going to go see Duran Duran with her twin sister. 835 says, here's what I have in my fly box. Glass beaded brown thread caddis snips. Lots of variations of regular glass beaded mayfly. Larvae. Lots of white mercury midge. Hey, 835. You should do a little short on what you have in your box. Like a tour. Hey, Two-Cap. Two-Cap says, hello, Eric. Been a minute. Had to say hi. Of course he had to say hi. It's Two Pump Tuesday. Originated by Two-Cap himself. There would be no Two Pump Tuesday without Two-Cap. And I actually did, in your honor. I did my 2 pumps today. A35 says, Black Mercury Midge, what's a variation of Papa, added my own pattern of adult dry fly midge. Have you used it? William says, hey to Two-Cap. Two-Cap says, hey to William. Let's see, I stopped by. I didn't get a chance to say anything, but I stopped by your live stream today, Thomas. Thomas got 302 pumps today. Man, that's a lot. That's awesome. Under 90 minutes. Excellent time. And you are so mindful with each rep. Seth says, so a collection of Anatas Odan Atas. Probably not even close. And a parasitic fly. Nice. Hey, Seth, do you fish? Two-Cap says, thank you, Eric. Absolutely. Thomas? Roy says, only 2 pumps I did was getting out of bed. Two-Cap says it was felt. So 2 pumps to get out of bed. Roy says, I mean, King, to each their own, buddy. Oh, Six Bows is back. Buddha love, namaste. Buddha love to you, my friend. Appreciate that. I'm not sure what you meant with that, William. I mean, King, to each their own. Let's see. A35 says, I wish you could be fly fishing today, but my mom is lazy. Moms deserve to be a bit lazy from time to time. Sis says, Ona data. Ona data. Gotcha. I'll never be able to say it right again without your help, but I got it right that one time. Appreciate that, Seth. Hey, A35, you said you were in Ohio the other day, right? We're out in Ohio. Or it says, William, as long as your girlfriend doesn't call you too pump, you're good. Someone had to say it. Someone had to say it. William says it wouldn't take an SO, but you can perform more than using just the 5-member. William, I'm lost. I have no idea what that means. A35 says, cool. King of the World says, Little Weasel. Is that a rap name? Little Weasel? Little Weasel? I guess it wouldn't be little. It'd be Lil, right? Little Weasel. So, did King say something before and I missed it? A35 says, little CZ. I like it. King says, yes, I did. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'll be honest with you. Oh, let's see. Easy says King wrote a nasty message and William took care of it. William is an excellent moderator. Excellent moderator and a good friend. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. William says 5th member is only what men are equipped with. Well, now you got me counting. 835 says, by the way, Yogi, do you have Instagram? I do have Instagram. It is under my name, Eric McCarty. I don't think there's a whole lot of us. I got a lot of pancake photos on my page. Why, you ask? I like pancakes. The third leg. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right, now some of King's stuff is showing up. Let's see. A35 is laughing. Makes me wonder how old King of the World might be, as we have our friend A35 here, who told us he's 13, and he's amazingly mature. Hey, Dam, how are you? Dam says Yogi, gives us a wave. Says hello to chat. How are you, Dam? When's the next fishing adventure coming up? Or live stream fishing adventure? Let's see, A35 says, thank you. You're welcome, my friend, and thank you. William says, I mean, as long as you treat her right, but good luck. She's married and you didn't stand a chance. You don't stand a chance. King of Menace, what a sad world you live in, brother. I'm sorry you're hurting. Nightmare says some people never grow up. Or they do, and sadly they stay the same. I think that might be even worse. 835 says, I'm slowly. Dan says, I'm doing awesome. Maybe Sunday. I'm going to go fish on live. Depends on the weather. Hey, when you decide, if you get a chance, come on by and drop the link for us. Easy says, William, beautifully put. He's clearly hurting. It's actually one of the lessons from A Course in Miracles, that everything is either an extension of love or a cry for love. Every attack is a cry for love. What do you do when someone asks for love? Attack back. If you attack back, you know what that means? It means you are asking for love in turn. And it's two people who are so lost within themselves, asking for love with neither one of them being able to extend it even a little bit. But when you know that, everything changes. When you know that every attack is simply a cry for love, you're able to extend it to them. Maybe at first, just a little bit. Baby steps. Or maybe you're ready and you take a huge step and you just welcome people. Doesn't mean you need to participate in the messiness of it. Sometimes extending love is simply doing what William does and said, hey, I wish you the best. Easy says, William, beautifully put. He is clearly hurting. William says, age, lifetime is no correlative indicator of wisdom, knowledge, or growth. All we can do is become people with love and kindness. It does nothing to me to take it personally. I agree. Nightmare says, just found out today in another live stream. What do you mean another live stream? That there is Discord groups who plan troll attacks on small streamers, and they are racist and stuff. Mind-blowing. Interesting. Everyone says the Four Agreements is a solid book. It is a solid book. It takes you far. It will take you very far with only 4 simple agreements that we make to ourselves. Let's see. A35 says, I followed you on Instagram. Awesome. I will look for you and I'll follow you back, my friend. Everyone says, Nightmare, there are plenty of them out there, but you communicate how you know how for them, that is how they believe love should be shared or shown. They want love the same as everyone else. This is true. But you know what? It always comes back to us. What do we do? As William says, we can choose to take it personally and not take it personally. Or we take it as a lesson. And sometimes when people come in, we're entering graduate school of a lesson. But I'll be honest with you, it's all petty games. All of it. Easy lessons. If you have you've spent any time with someone who was actually literally dying, if you spent someone that you might have had a difficult relationship with, and you end up being a caregiver when they're dying, and you learn the ultimate act of forgiveness. My mother loved my mother. My mother loved me, but we had a contentious relationship our entire lives, always butting heads. Difficult. From day one, it was always difficult. Sometimes seeming like we could never say civil words to each other. When she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, everything changed instantly. In a second. And I knew what I had to do to be an effective caregiver to help my dad. My mom became my greatest spiritual teacher then. I learned infinite patience. I learned infinite kindness for almost 10 years. So, man, someone saying mean things about me on the internet, easy stuff. Let's see. Easy says, my friend's dad, who doesn't particularly like me, insulted me recently, and I thought about you, Eric, and I told my friend that I forgive him. Best lesson I've learned. Awesome. Forgiveness sets us free. It's never about the other person. In truth, we're not even forgiving them. We're coming back to the present moment where nothing has actually happened. This is why I love, and I probably say it 2 or 3 times a day on live streams. The one holy true thing that one can say about the past is that it's not here. It's not here. So how can I get mad at something that isn't here? Nightmare says, William, I see what you're saying, but honestly, I don't even think it's that deep. I think it's a bunch of people who are just bored and are looking for a giggle out of others' anger. Well, to keep quoting Course in Miracles, and it's very reflective of yogic knowledge as well. In yoga, they list 5 afflictions of the mind. And A Course in Miracles, they boil it down to 1. It's all an expression of fear. Boredom, anger, all of it is just an expression of fear being projected outwards. What do you do if someone is projecting fear? Do you accept it? And then you are living in their world. You're living in a world of fear. Or do you come back to center yourself, refusing the invitation to join someone else's world? Hey, ATC. When is Good Legends? My friend, it's nice to see you. Let's see. A35 says, I'm hungry. What's for dinner tonight, A35? Whoever says, it may not even be an insult. They went out of their way to express emotion to you. They care even if it's the words they cast do not resonate. If they didn't care, they wouldn't waste the effort. Nice you said again, boy. Whoever says, yes, Nightmare, but who can, if raised in a bad environment, could say, could only see that engaging with others in that capacity is how to bond. Misery loves company, but it is only short-lived, and they will only be able to deceive themselves for so long. Again, one of my favorite lessons in the Course is that the tolerance for pain may be high, but it isn't indefinite. Sooner or later, we get tired of being in pain. Not only do we get tired of being in pain, we realize that we receive what we give. When you're giving pain, you're receiving pain. When you're giving out anger, are you receiving anger? Theme Park says, hey, Theme, how are you? A35 says, broom, broom, broom. Excellent point, my friend. Easy says, I agree, William. I agree with William. Every time I insulted someone in the past, deep down, it was to get someone's attention or to cover up my own insecurities. It's a very astute observation, Easy. Nightmare says, misery loves company. Is very true, William. William says, I will frame it this way, and Joshua did it better than I. If he that demand you walk with him a mile, go 2. Why compromise myself if I offer love, and they truly seek? How will they remember I? Deep lessons, the teachings of Jesus, especially in the Sermon on the Mount, which many biblical scholars believe were the only real, true words spoken by Jesus. Everything else is after the fact. Sometimes so after the fact, generations removed. Much of the New Testament written by St. Paul, who never knew Jesus, never knew the original apostles. Doesn't mean it's not worthwhile. I think St. Paul's letters to the Corinthians is maybe the most beautiful thing in the entirety of the Bible. I like going back to Mark Twain. Beautiful, beautiful lesson on forgiveness. Forgiveness is the fragrance released from the violet, shed upon the heel that has crushed it. Fragrance is, it's been a while since I thought of this. Forgiveness is the fragrance released by the violet upon the heel that has crushed it. Shed by the violet upon the heel that has crushed it. There we go. Nightmare says, not a believer of Jesus, but I do like that, William. The key is dismiss the belief. Was Jesus the Son of God? Was Jesus real? Was Jesus this? But what is the message? And does it resonate with you? The message. The message is the teacher. In a world of projections, would you be a place of honesty, love, kindness, and welcoming? Or one whom turns away another, whom you see is hurting? Well, that's the key, and that's the problem, is most people don't realize that it's projections, that there's really only two choices. We think of, free will, but neuroscience has shown that, free will. If I say I got free will, obviously, because I just raised my arm and I chose to do that. But I was actually, according to neuroscientists, raising my arm before the thought of I'm going to raise my arm even entered my mind. There's a lag time that we don't even realize is happening. So who is it that has free will? But here might be the only choice that we have. And unless we realize that we are living in a world of projections, we can't even exercise that free will until we have the realization that ultimately only love is real. And that's the only thing that we can give away. But until then, we're caught in the illusion. We're caught in the projections. Hey, Mira, my friend, how are you? Mira says, hey, Sir Yogi, beautiful people. Mira says, thanks for your kindness, Sir Yogi. Absolutely, my friend. Thank you for yours. Let's see. William says, Jesus, Krishna, Buddha, all that incarnates of the same universal souls. I would add one more name. William Hart. Why not? Why would we leave ourselves off? Mir says, hey, William, Night Watcher. Nightmare says, hello to Mir. William says, wisdom does not lose value from who speaks it, only those who scorn or not learn from it. Nightmare says, William, just a fountain of wisdom. William says, it's unfortunate, too easy to offer honey and milk, much harder to harvest and tend to the herd. Let's see. Easy says, and after reading it, I truly began incorporating those values in my life. I'm glad to hear that, Easy. That is absolutely awesome. I'll be honest, Easy, it gave me no small amount of joy when you told me you bought the book. Mir says, I'm good, sir. William says, hey, Mir. Mir says, how are you, William? Got to take my herbal sup. All right. It's been a fun chat because, well, for one, talking about stuff that is near and dear to my heart. And two, I've been able to keep up with it. Amazingly so. Everyone says, I'm great. How you doing? And let's see, A35 is back. Welcome back. Did you go eat? Let's see. Easy says, when you told me to reread the Sermon on the Mount, that was very instrumental to my life. Thanks, Eric. Um, Here's the amazing thing with Sermon on the Mount. If everything in the Bible was destroyed, everything, let's say the New Testament, if the entirety of the New Testament was destroyed, except for the Sermon of the Mount, except for those words, that would be enough to base Christianity. That would be enough to base an entire religion upon. Just the Sermon of the Mount, which again, some biblical scholars say are the only true words in the entirety of the Bible spoken by Jesus that we know of. Of course, you can go outside the Bible to, the some of the uncovered documents. What was the Nag Hammadi? Hey, Tandra, my friend, how are you? Tandra says, hi, Yogi. It's nice to see you, Tandra. William says, we needed the point. T, Bill, newest sightings. Jason may be sleeping already. Let's see. Eric Lapointe was in the live stream earlier today. It's been a few days since Bill stopped in. He's been working a lot. Lewis was in on Sunday, I think. T was in last night. And Jace was in this afternoon too. But you never know. Hey, we got Tandra. Here's my philosophy in life. Who needs Eric Lapointe when you have Tandra? I throw that stuff out there in hopes that Eric Lapointe is actually lurking and he comes rushing in. Amber says, how was your first stream without me going, Eric? No lie, it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. I found myself lagging. Rome says, hello, Tandra, welcome. Tandra says hi to Mir. Mir says, hey, Sister Tandra. Tandra says, I don't say that. Eric will hate me. Eric does not have hate in his entire system. Eric Lapointe, truly good guy. Nightmare says, sorry, but I don't think we will survive without Mr. Lapointe. We will soldier on, one step at a time. I take strength knowing that we all have a little bit of, over here, we all have a little bit of Eric Lapointe where it counts. Tanya's laughing. Roy was laughing. And you never know. Eric Lapointe might be lurking. He might come sneaking in with another great live stream or an Ozzy Osbourne Sniffs Ants. It's funny, something becomes part of the fabric of the live streams, the fabric of the conversations, and I have no idea. I can no longer remember how it became that way. I know something about Eric Lapointe and I were talking about Ozzy Osbourne didn't actually bite the head off of a bat, but then Eric said, but he did actually bite the head off of a dove, which is even worse, I think. Maybe. And then Rona Boy was talking about sniffing ants, and somehow it morphed around to Ozzy Osbourne sniffs ants, and that became the closing line of the conversations. When we hear the Ozzy Osbourne sniffs chats, we know it's the end of the conversation. Boy says, I'm turning in for the night. Blessed am I, have you all as company this night. Take care, everyone. Take care, everyone. And again, congratulations. Tandra says, good night. 835 says, I'm hungry for a meatball sub from Subway. What are the odds of getting a meatball sub from Subway? Namaste says, I heard it was a bat. There might have been rumors before my time. It was right around my time when that supposedly happened. It was supposed to have not actually happened. And then Eric said, but it did happen with a dove. I could Google it. I'm not sure I want to know. Brian Lane says, you still here? Hello, Eric. Hey, Brian, how are you? Brian says, have a blessed evening, everyone. Thank you, my friend. How's your day been, Brian? All right, I might regret this, guys. I'm going over to the Google machine. What's the question? Did Ozzy Osbourne bite the head off of a bat? Eat a bat. First thing that came up. And here, according to AI overview, yes, Ozzy Osbourne bit the head off of a live bat during a performance in Des Moines, Iowa. I wonder if our friend Poor Man knows that. Poor Man being living in Iowa. I don't know if he's from Iowa. I would suspect so. A fan threw a bat on stage as a gift. That's what I heard, and then I heard it was a rumor. Oh, he thought it was a toy bat. Thought it was a toy. And he bit the head off, and when his blood filled his mouth, the audience was horrified. Because he used to use rubber props. And then he thought someone threw a rubber prop on stage. There's actually pictures of it. Quora. Ozzy Osbourne used rubber stage props, not real bats, which were, hopefully, washed between performances. On one instant, he was given a real live bat by someone, and, in probably a daze, mistook it for one of his props. After biting the head off the bat, he was hospitalized for testing. Well, that is disturbing. But now we know. Nightmare says, Brian, hello. Brian says, I'm okay. Just getting over some nasal problems. It's probably my fault, but I'm all good. Could just be allergies. Fall can be a tough sign. ATC says, you can access Google from AOL. Nice. It's not easy. It's not easy. I got to get out the hand crank. It takes at least 30 cranks before it kicks in. If I could go back in the way back machine, travel back in time, I would never disclose my AOL email address to anyone. Not because I'm worried. People are like, are you worried that if you put your email address out, that someone's going to, I don't know, send you something bad or hack you or do this? And I'm like, no. Here's what I'm worried about. If I put my AOL address out, ATC and Stuart the Fish Whisperer and Night Watcher are going to show up and abuse me for the rest of the live stream. A hack would be pleasant. Nightmare says, a strange man. He still is, so I've heard. My parents would talk about him when I was younger. How old are your parents, Nightmare? Easy says, thanks for the great chat today, everyone. See you guys in the morning live stream. Peace and love. Thank you, Easy. Let's see. A35 says back again. Just checking on Stuart. How's everything with Stuart? ATC says very enjoyable show, Yogi. I really enjoy putting you on and just listening while I put on my shop. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, ATC. Nightmare says, we get some sleep, Eric. Have a good night. Goodbye, chat. And remember the torch, Eric. I will always remember the torch, the wombat torch. Let's see, A35 says Stuart is so nice. He is nice. It's one of my favorite live streams. Love hanging out with him. Love hanging out with Bob. I don't get to as often, but I enjoy all things country, particularly sleuthing for gold. Sleuthing, man. If I say it one more time, will it be correct? Sleuthing. Nope. I don't think there's a TH in it. Sleuths. There you go. Let's see. ATC says, I'm not abusing you. Laughter is the best medicine. I appreciate your self-deprecating sense of humor. And the same way. Absolutely. 100%. I don't take anything personally. All right. That's not entirely true. But when I do find myself taking things personally, I'm at the point where I can examine it and realize, man, you're taking this awful personally. For me to take something personally, though, it needs to be really big. I love laughing. And ATC is someone that comes in and always makes me laugh. As is Amateur Angler. Always someone. But you never know. In every live stream, someone comes in. 835 says, only thing that kind of made me sad, that he unmodded me, but that is understandable. I'm underage. Yeah, that's true. It's just a matter of being careful. Brian says, we're going to try and look for a noble scroller. It's been a while since I've seen him. He popped in the live stream the other day. He's been busy with two jobs, and he's in school, I think full time, as well as doing the occasional live stream. And he's still trying to hit the 10K as often as he can. And he joined a gym, so he's going to a gym. ATC says, never take life too seriously. No one gets out alive. This is true. So Jim Morrison said. Also says, William made a video of you. William, I went to bed for the night, Austin. But I'll look for it. Brian says he did 100 Navy SEALs. Is all I need each day. It's like medication and meditation. Yeah, I agree. Whatever it might be, for each of us. Tanya says, a little bit of yoga goes a long way to make your day. Thank you for that. And that's one of those things. People coming in and giving you gifts. As Tandra did. And just by saying that, another gift. Let's see. A35 says, well, I'm not those dumb children. At least I'm smarter than a dog. At least I'm smarter than a dog. Hey, A35, you've been nothing but polite, respectful, and a lot of fun to talk with. And I know, I saw you over at Stewart's. And again, I think I saw you over at Bob's. So, hey, I knew you were okay. Let's see. Brian says, last time I saw Noble Squirrely, he was on a treadmill. Tanya says, I'd love to make you smile. And it's much appreciated. A smile goes a long way. It is definitely a light from the heart. It's the heart reflecting itself. so people can see it. You give what you receive. So that's the thing. Tandra's saying, love to make you smile. The fact that we give what we receive what we give, that Tandra offers me a smile. She says something to make me smile. And as she said, love to make you smile. She gets the experience of knowing that she made someone smile. It's a beautiful way of going through life. And you can do it anywhere. Simple smile at someone. Do it on a live stream. It's funny, we have those options of going on a live stream and being an absolute troll, or going on a live stream and just putting out a note of positivity, a note of kindness, or just making someone smile. Brian says, I did today's 115 minutes, 35 seconds. That's fast seals, man. A35 says, you're welcome. I'm here to help any situation and make anyone happy, getting rid of their anger and stress. But thank you. Man, A35, you give me hope. You give me a lot of hope. Mir says, nice Brian, bro. Now I check, man. Leo, my friend, how are you? Leo says, much love, brother. Yogi, wishing you a great afternoon. Good vibes, my guy. Thank you, Leo. I'm going to pull up Leo's channel really quick. 952 subscribers. We're aiming for a grand. The newest Mr. 1K coming in the house. If anyone is not subscribed to our friend Leo, please do. He's a great guy. He's a fine example. You notice I left that blank afterwards? I didn't say a fine example of what. It's because Leo's just a fine example. You name it. Name a positive quality. Leo's got it. And he lives it. And he puts it out there. Here's what I love about Leo. Sometimes he'll show up on his live stream and say, guys, I don't want to do this. I'm tired. I hurt. I'm hungover. I've had a miserable day. I've had a long day at work. And he says, but guess what? I'm going to do it anyway. And he does it anyway. Always. Without fail. Brian says, I'm almost scared to try doing Navy SEALs any quicker because it speeds up my heart faster than a person on cocaine. Yeah, I've had that experience. When I was doing the Busy Dad program, seeing how many I could get in 20 minutes. So if you got 100 reps, I'd still love to see what you get in 20. You got 100 reps in 15 minutes. And you don't even, it's not even like your thing. Leo says, Brian the Monster. I've been killing the SEALs, brother. He has. A35 says, I suggest what is the best army? It is the military or Navy. Well, if my wife slash ex-wife slash person, companion, soul person was here, she would say the Air Force. Air Force is not to, my dad was in the Navy. My dad was in the Navy at the tail end of World War II. Milka served 23 and a half years in the Air Force, retired, Master Sergeant. She always says, you know, it was considered the intellectual branch of the military. Not exclusively, but largely speaking. The Air Force did okay by her. If you'd like to travel, the Navy might be the best bet. I have not served myself, but again, my father did. My wife at the time did. Leo says 1K subs equal 1K Navy SEALs coming up. It'll be a terrible session. It will be a terrible session, but you will enjoy it and you'll soldier through it. That's for sure. Tandra just subbed Leo. Thank you, Tandra. Brian says probably around almost 120 at least, maybe. I was betting 135, maybe even 140. Brian says, thanks, Leo. You've been crushing all your workouts. Let's see. A35 says, my dad was in the Navy. His warrior name was the Peeping Angel. Wow. Well, thank you, Dad, for his service, for sure. So we're probably going to wrap things up in about 5 minutes. Our friend Skeeter, I believe, is going live at 7. Just Skeeter. He said Mrs. Skeeter is staying in today. So if you get the opportunity, if you want to say hi to Skeeter. I don't know who else might be live. I'm going to give a quick, I think Love Our Toy Pups might be going live too. Actually, Skeeter is already live now, guys. So if you get the opportunity, go say hi to Skeeter. I see that our friend, the Burpee Reaper, is live. Teresa says, you guys are the best. Teresa, my friend, thank you. I appreciate that. Teresa, I owe you a breath conversation, a breath tutorial. I actually made a video with you in mind, and it's on my page if you go, and it is the basics of breath work, and I thought that you might find it useful. Let's see. Beanman says hello from California. Gotcha. Hello, Beanman. How are you? Oh, thank you for reminding me. A35 says, don't forget about the instrument. I will not forget about it. Thank you. Tanya says, do you have a link for Skeeter? I do. Now, what I'm afraid, because I'm on my desktop, is that I think that if you post something from a desktop, then only people on a desktop can open it. That it comes right back to mine. If that doesn't work in about a minute before I go to bed, I'm going to share him out. I'm going to do it now, actually, while we're talking. I'm going to share him out on my community page. So if that link doesn't work, go over to the community page and you'll see. I was talking about the fishing channels and the outdoor channels. It's just funny because I've been asked by some vegan friends, how do I support fishing channel? How do I support a hunting channel? And the question is that I'm supporting friends. That's the answer. I'm supporting friends. I'm a vegan. I don't make demands. No one's supposed to do what I do. No one has to have the same principles that I live my life. They're for me to live. No one else's. So I support people who fish because they're good people. And hey, I'd much rather people get their food that way than factory farming. For sure. So I hope that worked, Tandra. Beanman says not so good. The middle class is working paycheck to paycheck over here. I'm sorry to hear that, Beanman. It's a difficult time. Wishing you the best, my friend. Teresa says, I would look for that. I'm on the move. Regard training, walking the amphitheater, conserving gas. Gotcha. If you need to, Teresa, reach out. I'm happy. I mentioned before, anyone who wants to learn breath work or meditation, I will teach absolutely for free. Brian says there's another fish whisperer guy who had a pond with turtle videos too. Nice. He used to go fishing and just throw them back in the water. Mainly, that's what I see a lot of people do. Teresa says, yes, okay. Awesome. Hey, if you happen to be on Facebook, feel free to look me up on Facebook. Eric McCarty, you'll recognize me. I'm the bald guy, not to be confused with the other bald guy. I'm that one bald guy. All right, so guys, I'm going to head on over. I'm going to say hi to Skeeter, wish him luck. And then I'm going to get ready to go to bed. I'm going to see everyone who wants to come on by to do the 5 a.m. reading. And then, who knows? I'll be around. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Thank you very much. Bean Man's, see y'all. Take care, Bean Man. Again, thanks for coming by. Guys, blessings. I'll see everyone later. Thanks again.